Live, here's another heads up for our Valley drivers, and this is a big one. Take a look. This project on the Loop 101 is kicking off in Scottsdale tonight. You can see it highlighted in that big red line going from the top to the bottom of your screen. Those changes will impact drivers for the next 2 years. So this morning, 12 News journalist Jen Wall is joining us live. Jen, what do we need to know about this new project, and most importantly, what is going to close?
Yeah, good morning to you. So that big closure, it's going to start at 10 o'clock tonight here at the 101 northbound between Shea and Princess. And that's going to last all the way through Monday morning at 5 a.m. So you're definitely going to want to find those detour routes and just avoid the area because there will be backups. And joining me live now is Doug Nitzel. Good morning. Thank you so much for being here. You're with ADOT. So go ahead and tell us, over the next 2 years, what kind of impacts Valley drivers can expect to see to their commutes through the area.
Well, Jen, you may be familiar with the fact that we've widened the 101 in between I-17 and Princess Drive. We've widened the 101 south of Shea Boulevard, so it's time for this 4.5-mile stretch to be widened. So when it comes to what drivers should expect, yes, when there are closures, we want them to be thinking about the alternate routes, and that could be using State Route 51 on down to Loop 202, the Red Mountain Freeway, or vice versa. But if you plan things out ahead of time, exit ahead of the closure itself, you'll wind up saving time. It's really important for drivers to think about that in advance, and we try our best at ADOT to get the word out.
Yes, absolutely. And we definitely share that word with our viewers too. So we know we have a big closure this weekend. We've been telling our viewers about it all week long. Will it be kind of an every weekend thing or just hit or miss? What can drivers expect there?
Well, these are the first 2 weekends to actually get the project underway. So northbound, a closure this weekend. It'll be southbound next weekend. We want to get the work zones started so that crews can keep working. But what we're going to do is take a break from weekend closures for things like the car shows that are taking place in the area. Obviously, the Phoenix Open Golf Tournament, we don't want to be interfering with those. So that's why we're doing these first 2 weekend closures. We'll take a break, and then obviously as a project moves along, there'll be the need for either weekend closures or overnight restrictions.
Hey, you read my mind, Doug. I was going to ask about all the big events that we have coming up this time of year, so thank you for answering that one. And why do construction here on this part of a Valley Freeway?
Yeah, it's really comes down to working with the Maricopa Association of Governments. MAG puts together the freeway plan for the Phoenix area. ADOT's job is to build the freeways, but this is when money from Prop 400 is available. So we're using the funding that's available to really finish the job, at least to the east of I-17, the widening of Loop 101, getting those extra lanes put in place so that traffic has that much more room to move.
All right. Thank you, Doug. We appreciate you joining us live this morning, and we look forward to the widening. If you've driven through this area during rush hour or even those busy event weekends, it can get pretty backed up. So it'll be really nice when it's all done in about 2 years. Let's go ahead quickly and mention those detours for you. You can consider exiting if you're traveling westbound early to use northbound Scottsdale Road. And then if you're an East Valley driver, maybe you're heading out to the Cardinals game this weekend, don't use the 101 northbound again because it is going to be closed. So you can take things like the 51 or the 202 Red Mountain. I even take the 202 Santan as I'm pretty far out there in the East Valley. So a lot of different options, guys. And just remember, have patience because those side streets can get pretty busy too when there are big freeway closures here in the Valley. For Number Live in Scottsdale, Jen Wall, 12 News, Today in AC.